Every blessing in the Bible came with a test first. Before the crown, there was always a cross. Before the promise, there was always a process. What you are facing right now may not be an attack. It may actually be God's test before your breakthrough. James 1:12 says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." God never gives a breakthrough without a test. He tests our faith. He tests our obedience. He tests our patience. He tests our character. And he tests our endurance. These tests are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to prepare you. They are meant to strengthen you. And they are meant to prove you ready for the blessing. Today, I want to show you the tests God allows before a breakthrough, so that when you face them, you won't give up. Instead, you will stand strong, and you will step into the promise.
Number 1. The test of faith. One of the first tests God allows before a breakthrough is the test of faith. Faith means trusting God when you cannot see the outcome. Faith means believing His promise when everything around you looks opposite. Think about Abraham. God told him to offer up his son Isaac. It made no sense. Isaac was the promised child. Yet Abraham trusted God completely. Hebrews 11:17 says, "By faith, Abraham, when God tested him, offered Isaac as a sacrifice." Faith is always tested before promotion, because faith is the foundation of your relationship with God. If you are facing a situation right now that feels impossible, don't assume God has abandoned you. It may be your test of faith. Hold on, because your breakthrough is on the other side of your trust in Him. Number 2, test of obedience. The second test God allows before a breakthrough is the test of obedience. Obedience means following God's instructions even when they are difficult, even when they don't make sense to others. Think about Noah. God told him to build an ark. There had never been rain like that before. People mocked him. They laughed at his obedience. But Noah obeyed God, and his obedience saved his family. 1 Samuel 15:22 says, "To obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed is better than the fat of rams." Obedience unlocks blessings. Delayed obedience is disobedience. Partial obedience is disobedience. Sometimes your breakthrough is on the other side of one act of obedience, even if it feels small, even if it feels costly. Obey God, and you will see His hand move in your life. Number 3, the test of patience. The third test God allows before a breakthrough is the test of patience. Patience means waiting on God's timing instead of forcing your own, because God's delays are not God's denials. Think about Joseph. God gave him dreams of greatness. But before the palace, he was thrown into a pit. He was sold into slavery. He was falsely accused, and he was locked in prison. For 13 long years, Joseph waited. But in the right time, God raised him up to become second in command of Egypt. Psalm 27:14 says, "Wait for the Lord. Be strong, and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord." Patience is not easy. It feels painful, but it builds endurance. It prepares your heart for the promise. If you feel like you've been waiting forever, don't lose hope. Your waiting is not wasted. It is part of your preparation for the breakthrough God has promised. Number 4, the test of character. The fourth test God allows before a breakthrough is the test of character. Character is who you are when no one is watching. It is choosing integrity when compromise looks easier. Think about Daniel. He was taken to Babylon as a young man. He was offered food and wine from the king's table. But Daniel refused to defile himself. He chose righteousness over compromise. Later, when a law was made against prayer, Daniel still prayed to God 3 times a day. He was thrown into the lion's den, but God delivered him. Proverbs 10:9 says, "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely." Before God can trust you with a breakthrough, He will test your character, because blessings without character can destroy you. If you are being pressured to compromise, stand firm. Your character is being tested, and your breakthrough depends on your faithfulness to God.
Number 5, the test of endurance. The 5th test God allows before a breakthrough is the test of endurance. Endurance means not giving up when life gets harder. It means holding on when everything in you wants to quit. Think about Job. He lost his wealth, he lost his health, he lost his children. Even his friends turned against him. Yet Job said in Job 13:15, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him." Job endured the deepest pain, but in the end, God restored him with double. James 1:3 says, "The testing of your faith produces perseverance." Endurance is proof of faith. It is what carries you through the darkest valley into the brightest victory. If you are weary today, don't quit. Your endurance is a sign that your breakthrough is near. If this message spoke to your heart, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, which test are you facing right now? And how are you trusting God through it?